Welcome to Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. It is rival week, and I have brought on a die-hard Cowboys fan. And this is Ruth the Truth. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you feeling? I mean, I know you're heavily anticipating this Monday Night Football game, but I'm just letting you know it's not going to go in your favor. So if I were you, I'd probably just skip it. I probably wouldn't even watch it.
Oh no, not skipping this one, baby. This is the best one on the menu. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody waits for the Eagles Cowboy game. This is gonna be a great game. Even though, like you said, I have to agree, my end, it's not gonna be pretty for you Cowboys. So we'll get into that. Go ahead and let everybody know about you and where they can find you at and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, everybody? I am Ruth the Truth. I'm here in Tampa, Florida. Lived in Orlando for about 20 years, but moved to Tampa this year because I'm trying to become a little bit of a Tampa Bay over here with Tom Brady. I live like 2 blocks away from the stadium here at Raymond James, which is great. Follow me on Twitter. I'll give you a follow back at Ruth the Truth with 3 H's at the end. Also, Instagram. I'm doing a lot more live feeds. I'm a credentialed member at the Raymond James, so I was at the game this past weekend. So if you guys want to get some live intake from the actual game days, hit me up on Instagram, Sports Truth with Babe Ruth. I will give you a follow back. And yeah, just stay locked in. Bucks Babes goes live every Friday for Bucks Report at 9 p.m. with me and the Tampa Sports Bay, which is really exciting. We just started the show last week. And then, of course, the Tom Gronkowski Show live every Wednesday for the Fans Only Sports Network. With me and Coach Jay, we do a great job covering the Bucks since the beginning of Super Bowl season last year. And I will let everybody know I am a genius and a wizard, and I guess I have a crystal ball and I could tell the future because last season in August, I wish I had the YouTube click I could just play right now. That'd be awesome. But I called Brady and the Bucks going to the Super Bowl, and it was going to be against the Chiefs. I said that they were going to go 12-4 in the regular season and make it to the Super Bowl and be the first team to be in the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl at the Raymond James. Everybody called me crazy. I talked to so many diehard Bucks fans, and they were like, "Girl, you're losing it. We get it. Brady's here, Rob's here, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just get in playoffs." And I'm like, "No. I feel it, guys. I feel it."
But that wasn't a hard one to figure out, considering they got Brady, every all-star player they can throw in that team, man.
You would
They're,
think,
they're
but like
so
the
stacked.
doubt surrounding that whole scenario, I'm like, yo, even like halfway through the season, people are just like, they
Whatever.
won, they won, they won a couple games in a row, and they were like, okay, they're doing all right, and then they start losing again, and then right before the bye, things weren't looking that great, and people started panicking. I said, guys, relax, relax. Brady's formulating. It's his first season. Like, just give him some time to cook. But thanks for
So,
having me on again here. I'm happy to talk to an Eagles fan about this game coming up.
so let everybody know, because I see Bobby in here. Are you a Bucks fan or a Cowboy fan? Let them know that you are definitely Cowboys first.
I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. If when the Dallas Cowboys makes it to the NFC Championship game against Tom Brady and the Bucks, he will shut them down. So yeah, if it comes up, I mean, when I went to Week 1 matchup against Bucks Dallas, I wore this jersey. So I mean, that speaks volume in its own. I was one of the fans that was not so enthused every time Tom Brady, scored a touchdown or did something positive. So yeah, it's a hard line to walk on because people are just like, how can you be a fan of two teams? But it's just you gotta dish out respect where it's due. And Tom Brady kind of made me a believer.
Yeah, we know about Tom. We beat him in the Super Bowl. We should have beat him twice. So,
Oh
he
Lord.
got the last ring about that one. But since you did say you were at the game, how was it watching the Cowboys up live? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like, what did you see from your team that what you liked? And then what were some things you didn't like seeing?
okay, so in Week 1, I was disappointed in Ezekiel Elliott's coming out party. I thought we were going to see a whole new Zeke that everybody, I mean, in the offseason, there was a lot of talk about him having a bad season and going to continue that losing streak. And I'm like, no, like this is Zeke. We're going to have 2016 Zeke rebirth himself. And I didn't see that in Week 1. So that was a little disheartening. But after the Chargers game, he came back alive and he's just slowly climbing back into his rhythm, which is great to see. But it was awesome to see how Dak was looking so comfortable. Didn't look like he was shaking off any type of rust after going down in week 5 last season. After not taking a snap for 300 plus days, you would think that maybe it would just take him a second or two to get into game time rhythm, but I didn't see any of that happen. I mean, throwing for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. It was beautiful to see Dak back out there. So that was great, but walking home was even better. Yeah, talking all the trash to the Bucks fans on the way home. That was pretty awesome.
Bet you. So what did you see out of week 2? Did you watch it on TV?
So unfortunately, I had to kind of balance being in the press box and watching the Bucks game because they were playing at the same time. But I did have my Hulu Live app popped up and like a little bit of a screen in the corner. So I was kind of watching, and it was really nerve-wracking seeing the score kind of like go head for head and 14-14, 17-17. And I'm just like, this game's getting real, kind of antsy for me. But I had to keep my composure because I'm over there at the Raymond James covering the Bucks game. But I did watch the last. I paid only attention, zoomed in on the last 2 minutes when we kicked the field goal, and I believe that Greg the Leg had a lot of things to think about and to process after week 1 and missing those crucial kicks, because it would have been a whole different story in week 1 if those would have went through the uprights, and he finally pulled through, so that's exciting.
Nice.
So I'm guessing there's probably a lot of Philadelphia fans tuning in, and I hate to disappoint you guys, but you guys will be 1-2 by the end of next week.
Oh no, we're not going there yet. We're not going there yet. It's going to be a good game. I will say that, you know what I'm saying? But, I think it was good that we lost to the Niners, you know what I'm saying, to get a wake-up call. And the Niners is a good team. It's not like there's some slouches. We held them to 17 points. They have a great defense. They have a great offense. So it was really good to see that we are able to hang in there. If we had some other things go our way, we could have won that game too. We left a lot of points on the board there. So I'll say that the Cowboys, the week 1, of course, it's the Bucks. So, of course, we figured you guys were going to lose that game. But going to the San Diego Charger game, I thought you guys were going to lose that game, to be honest.
Oh, gosh, of course.
I won't even mention refs because I hate being that guy. But there could be some things going on where the Cowboys could be sitting here at 0-2 right now. But
that goes both ways, so that really does.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. You guys are 1-1, and we're definitely going into to see who's going to be head of that NFC East division. So
yeah, and I just want to reality check for whoever's listening. The Dallas Cowboys do not suck. I mean, if you really look at them and all their offensive weapons and their power, and then you look at Dak Prescott is top 10 quarterback, you can't even say he's not. So for people that say the Dallas Cowboys suck, like, let's not be delusional. We're all adults here. Let's think realistic.
Has a higher QBR than Dak Prescott right now through 2 weeks. So, you know what I'm saying? How do you like hearing that?
Did you say Jalen Hurts has a higher QBR?
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely not
Brady.
throwing as much as Dak Prescott, which kind of contributes to that. So I don't really look at those kind of specifics numbers. I'm not super into like analytics. I look at the wins and the performance on the field and how people carry themselves and who they are in the locker room as well. So Jalen Hurts still has a lot to learn.
Yeah, he does still have a lot to learn. It is his first season, but Jalen Hurts is still a beast. He's a leader in our locker. He leads by example, and the Rents do. And guess what? When we play that Dallas game, the Rents gonna be doing. We definitely paying on time, I guess.
I mean, I'm not expecting us to completely, run you over. I know the Eagles always bring their A game when it comes to facing the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, everybody does. So I'm not expecting this to be a one and done for you guys. I know it's going to be a close game, but it's going to be disappointing for all Eagles fans at the end.
What do you think is the strength? We know you guys got a good offense, but I'm really thinking that your defense is kind of suspect. Yes, you guys played decent against Joe Herbert and his boys.
Yeah, we did.
But
we did. I was very happy with the improvements and the adjustments on defense with DeMarcus Lawrence being out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. So that was good.
Think, do you think your defense still has room to improve there?
Absolutely. They definitely need to clean up on penalties for sure. There needs to be those careless fouls need to and those yellow flags being thrown out for who knows what reason. So that definitely needs to be cleaned up. And that's just something that we're gonna see progress throughout the season. We still have a lot of young talent on defense that's still learning under a new system under Dan Quinn. So I'm not too worried about it. I think it's gonna get better throughout the season.
Okay, okay. Now I know you heard about some more of our players like Devontae Smith from Alabama. You guys got a cornerback there, Diggs, that Devontae played every day in practice here in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Are you worried at all that Devontae will have a leg up on Diggs and teach him a thing or two, even though he is a rookie?
Diggs has been one of those players that's been kind of shaky for Dallas. So I'm not exactly going to say that it's not going to be a competition. But he's getting better throughout the week, so I'm
He do
happy
got
about
five
that.
picks. I will give him that. In the, what, 14 games, five
Yeah,
picks.
5 picks in the
Now,
last 14 games. You definitely have to give him that.
not bad, not bad. But the other cornerback and the rest of that defense is not scaring me with our Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be high power like we did the second half of that Atlanta game where we were scoring at will. Last week, like I said, penalties and, some mishaps. We had a Jalen Rager touchdown that he stepped out of bounds on that could have, been the difference of the game. We had Quez Watkins catch a 91-yarder, which I don't understand how he didn't beat the guy to the end zone. But, little things like that cost our team to win. Now, I think that was good because our coach was really not calling. Being a rookie head coach on offensive side of the ball and defensive side of the ball, they didn't call a good game, And I think if they were to take a look in the mirror there and know that they were probably the reason why we lost that game. So hopefully those guys, take a deep look in the mirror and realize we got to blitz. Because my biggest worry with you guys is letting Dak get on fire.
Mhm.
Dak has been lighting it up, like you said, passing the ball. Like he's passing like 50 times a game easily. And, people are getting open. CD Lamb's looking good. Cooper's looking good. And we definitely got to stop that offense. So,
Yeah, I mean, going into the Chargers matchup, I think Dak, definitely threw the ball way less, only threw the ball 27 times, and was, sorry, my dog just tried to push me over. Excuse me, puppy. Uh, sorry.
it's all good.
He was 23 for 27, and I mean, he didn't throw for any touchdowns, and he had 1 interception. So that was, I mean, he didn't play great, and I know that he knows that he didn't play great. So I'm expecting a vast improvement going into Monday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, shout out to the 15 in the chat. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And we got the link for Ruth here, Ruth the Truth and Bucks Babes inside the chat. So make sure you go subscribe to that. That's a new channel up for, and
Yes.
let's, you know how we do. We like to support everybody that comes on the Nation talk show. So, and then
Appreciate that.
do you think Dak can keep it up the whole season, though? Throwing the ball 50, 60 times a game. He just had a shoulder injury in the offseason. That ankle's getting better. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen anything to show that the ankle isn't 100%, but, we did see him get hurt in the preseason. Do you think Dak can hold up throwing the ball 50 times a game for the rest of the year?
Yes, he's getting paid to do so. He looked great going into week 1, and last Sunday he didn't throw the ball 50 times, and they were still able to pull out a win. So we don't have to depend on Dak Prescott's arm. Obviously, hearing the news about his shoulder is something you never want to hear going into the season. But I know that the coaching staff is going to do a good job maintaining him and managing that shoulder so he could be progressively better throughout the season. I mean, we leaned a lot on our run game going into the Chargers matchup, which is something that I expected to happen, and we did great. I think we matched up pretty well with the Super Bowl reigning champs in week 1, and then going into week 2. I mean, we haven't been home yet, so it's unfortunate for the Eagles that you are getting us in Jerry's world this coming Monday Night Football.
I think it's even better. You know what I'm saying? We like playing in the big lights on a Monday night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was last season you guys beat us at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys beat us at home last season. But then the season before, we beat y'all at home. So I mean,
Yeah.
we're going back and forth. So
Yeah, man, it's always a battle, man. It's definitely always a battle. Give me some. Yeah, we had a question here. It said, questions for both of us. 3 keys to win the game. So give me your 3 keys to win the game for the Cowboys, and I'll give you my 3 keys to win the game for the Eagles.
Pressure. We need to keep continuing to close the pocket, as we saw Justin Herbert do a lot of running around during that Chargers matchup. Vander Esch did a great job getting in his face and just trying to tip the ball as much as he can. That is going to be a key component. Trevon Diggs needs to step up his game in the cornerback position as well. I know that you guys have some young talent. I mean, Devontae Smith obviously is a great wide receiver that likes to get open and for that deep ball. So that's going to be a challenge as well. And Zeke too. We need to continue to get Zeke involved. I know there's a lot of talk about, oh, is Tony Pollard better than Zeke and this and that. We have them both. We don't have to pick. That's okay. We have them both. If they want to lean on Tony Pollard a little bit more, I'm okay with that. I mean, the guy's an efficient runner and he gets open.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be mad if they said Zeke's not starting no more.
It would be crazy though, because the amount of money that they're paying Zeke, they're paying Zeke to be a starter. So I don't think they want to give him that kind of demotion, because that's always like a buzzkill for somebody. Nobody wants to hear that somebody else is going in first. You know, that's his job.
All right. And our big keys to the game, I think, is we got to get that pressure on Dak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've seen Dak been lighting it up, you know, on the score, on the stat board. 400 yards a game. I think if we stop Dak early, we get that pressure on Dak early, hit him a couple of times, then we have a better shot at winning this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we keep him down, just kind of like Matt Ryan. We weren't getting to Matt Ryan the first game. You know what I'm saying? We're letting him kind of pick us apart in that first 3 drives. But then once we started getting to him, you didn't see no more of Pitts. You didn't see no more of Calvin Ridley. So I think one key is definitely getting to Dak Prescott. And then another key would be, run the ball. I want to see some RPOs. I want to see Miles Sanders get hot early. You know what I'm saying? Him and Kenny Gainwell is a great duel back there. They're young, fast, and they can take it to the house anytime they get the ball. So I want to see that run game get activated early. And then my third key would be, like, make sure we know where that guy Parsons is. You know what I'm saying? They're starting to move him around from linebacker to end. He had a good game last game. The first game wasn't so great for him, but last game he definitely made his presence felt as a rookie. He's a rookie, so every game he should be getting a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. But the pressure that he was putting on, I think we need to make sure we keep our eyes on Parsons.
Yeah, for sure. I'm wearing a number 11, but it does not say Parsons in the back. It's just kind of, it's just a coincidence that Micah Parsons and I have the same jersey number. 11 was my number in every sport that I played. I always had to be 11, always.
Yeah,
I think there was like one point, I think my sophomore season for basketball, where they made me somebody else had to take 11, and it just really irked me, and I had to be number 15, and I hated it all season. I just didn't feel I was not myself. I wasn't able to get in my rhythm.
Look at Boys for Life. What up, my guy? He's in here. Hey, man, we're going to definitely chop it up tomorrow night, man. I can't wait to have you on, my guy. Here we go. More confidence.
I think another something else that the Dallas Cowboys need to continue to do is progress on that offensive line. Zach Martin being back, his presence was absolutely necessary in that Chargers matchup. We have Connor McGovern, who's also been stepping up to the plate, Brandon Knight as well. So and Terrence Steele, shout out to Terrence Steele for like making it happen. Like, come on. As long as we have protection, I think Dak needs about 3 seconds in the pocket to make something happen.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. That's all he needs.
Is the guy that he started for Collins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a huge blow. That's a huge blow. Collins leaving, your 2 defensive ends leaving. Those are 2 pretty big blows. I think is going to really hurt you guys.
Story of our life. Next man up.
Next man up. The same with us. We lost Brandon Graham and we lost Brandon Brooks, and I think those are 2 huge pieces on our offense and defensive line. The only thing is, this year we're different. Last year, if that would have happened, I would say our season's pretty much over. This year, we got a guy like Landon Dickerson, who was one of the best linemen in the draft. He was hurt, so they were letting him heal up. He played a little bit last week, and he did a decent job. But this week, having a full week of practice, getting in that lineup, I think he's going to go back to doing his dominant thing on our offensive line. So I'm not too worried about Brooks. On the defensive side of the ball, we got, both our starters and our backups are starting caliber defensive linemen. So you got Ryan Kerrigan from Washington that's going to have to step up and play up for Big BG out there. We got Josh Sweat. We just gave a lot of money to. They need to make sure he come out and earn that money and put up a show in this game against the Cowboys. And then other than that, I think who do you think is better, offensive line and defensive line as a whole?
For the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean, who do you think is better? Do you think Dallas got a better offensive line than the Eagles, or do you think the Eagles have a better offensive line?
I think we have more. I think our offensive line has more strength than. I think Jalen Hurts doesn't really have much time. He's got to make a lot of plays happen with his feet. So that's not a really good indication that offensive line is giving him that time. So I would say Dallas, just because we have a little bit more veteran presence with someone like Zach Martin, and yeah, it just seems like we're getting better each game.
Okay, so since you took the offensive side, I think that we have a better offensive line. I'm a homer, and plus we have all those all pros. Even though Brooks is out, we still got some all pros in that line. But yeah, I would say that the experience level, having Dickerson, having Mailata on that line is definitely going to be the big difference in terms of who's actually better. But for defensive line, I'm gonna have to say us. You guys lost 2 of your key defensive linemen over there, and I think that with those losses, that's going to give us the edge at the defensive line this week.
Yeah, that's a Marcus Lawrence. That's pretty tough that was a hard pill to swallow. So I hope because I never really feel like he bounced back after the back surgery that he had. I never really feel like he was that same caliber player that we saw in previous seasons. So I hope he can recover quick and just get back to healthy. So just in time for the playoffs. We need him towards the end of the season. Once we get back from the bye, and we need him ready to go for the playoffs.
My season prediction at the end. We definitely gonna talk about that when you said playoffs. That was cute.
No. That's not even a conversation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is Philly going to the playoffs? Is that what's happening? Okay.
Go to the playoffs.
Hey, that's a hot take. I respect you for that. This is your channel.
We'll get the hot takes next. It says 3 positional matchups that both fans should watch out for. Go ahead and give me your 3 positional matchups.
Positional matchups. Whoever is guarding CeeDee Lamb, good luck. Who would be your defense? Okay. I loved how Kellen Moore kind of got cute with some of the offensive schemes where they were handing the ball off to CeeDee Lamb and having him play in that running back position. I'm like, okay, that was interesting. And then I don't know if you saw towards the end of the third quarter, or towards the beginning of the third quarter, that handoff from CeeDee Lamb to Ezekiel Elliott. The kid is versatile. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. So good luck on that one.
CeeDee Lamb's a beast. I ain't gonna hate on him, but he ain't no Devontae Smith. I know Devontae hasn't put up his first 100-yard game yet, but he is the only receiver that's won the Heisman in the NFL right now. No other receiver can claim they did that, and he's definitely a great route runner. So we should see who's gonna win that matchup. The first matchup against Calvin Ridley, who was from Bama as well. Yeah. He showed up and showed out and showed that he was the better receiver in that game. Last week he kind of got double teamed by the Niners. Everybody's like, what was he at last week? I'm like, did you not watch the game? They double teamed him. They had a veteran like Josh Norman guarding him with help. So that they're really worried about, Devontae Smith doing his thing. He's just a rookie, so he's got to learn how to beat those double teams. And I think, like I said, rookie, second game in, you got to learn some new tricks. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn some new tricks. But
Devontae Smith's got some speed on him, so he definitely had my vote for the Heisman.
And then another matchup I'll say is your boy. Where are they going to play Parsons this week? First week, linebacker. Last week was DN. Are they going to keep him at DN until?
I like him as that edge rusher. So if he can play both positions, let him do it. If he can kind of assess the offense and kind of decide what position he should play at that point, I'm okay with it. He's young talent. He's a big guy. He's strong, and he's versatile. We've seen that already.
Well, if he plays DN, the matchup would be Lane Johnson versus Michael Parsons, which I have to give the edge to Lane till I see Parsons. Last week we had Nick Bosa. They held up pretty good against Bosa, but Bosa's Bosa. He's one of the best DNs in the league, so he kind of did his thing too. But we did a decent job against him. So I think Michael Parsons being a rookie, I don't think he's gonna come bring no Bosa type vibe to our offense. So I'm thinking Johnson can handle that. Him to Michael Parsons.
Yeah, and I've seen in the comments a lot of people mentioning Mike McCarthy and some of his decisions. Yes, I do not like the 4th and 5 call. That was questionable, and blocking the blunt block play as well. That was very kind of. They're doing a lot of different things, and I think they get kind of wrapped up in the moment. And time management has also been the issue late in the fourth quarter as well, because I mean, we saw it in week 1. You never want to give Tom Brady the ball back with a minute and some change left on the clock. It's something you don't do. So a lot of things to clean up for the coaching staff as well.
Yeah. And our coaching staff too, man. Like I said, they played a great second half of the Atlanta game, pretty much second quarter on. But last week I kind of had vibes of the old Jim Schwartz defense and the old play calling from our old coach there and Dougie P. So get back to the drawing board, come back, stay original, and be aggressive on both sides of the ball is what I have to say about our coaching staff. We got another question for you. He said, what do you think about the Cowboys center, Tyler Biasa, whatever his name is?
Outstanding performance. This kid is good. He's definitely a future. I'm really happy with his progression throughout the last, this season as well. And training, he had a great training camp as well. So I'm very happy with Tyler's progression.
My boy says, Richie, Dallas and playoffs are not going to get more like 8-8 now, 8-9 at best. You tell her, Richie, you get her.
Yeah, I mean, we can't be 8-8 anymore. There's 17 games.
Yeah, that's why he changed it to 8-9.
Yeah, he's like, wait.
Because you guys do have a harder schedule than us to get there. You guys had a harder road. We have the fourth place, last place schedule this year, and I think our first 6 games are our tightest games where we get the most competition. We gotta go against Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? So I probably ask you about that too a little bit, since you are kind of a Bucs fan too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm working for the Bucs. I'm working with alongside the Bucs. I go to practices 3 times a week, and I'm at the games every weekend. So, and yeah. I moved to Tampa to be a co-host of a television show with Martine Gramatica. So Monday through Friday, I was rubbing elbows with Martine, who obviously is a diehard Bucs fan. He does a lot of work with the Bucs as well. So it just starts to rub off in you sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, it's all right. You got to make that money, girl. You know what I'm saying? You're doing good.
Got to do what I do, As soon as Tom Brady was coming to Tampa, I was like, I need to capitalize on all this media that's going to be covering in Tampa. I knew I had to make the move, so.
Smart business decision. I will say that. Exactly. So, what do you think the Cowboys record is going to be this year?
So I'm looking at the schedule, because you're talking about us having a tougher schedule than the Eagles. I mean, we hands down, there's no reason why we can't win 12 games. No reason at all. Some of the tough matchups is coming like late in our season against obviously Kansas City and the Raiders. And then I mean we see the Washington football team twice back to back at the end of the season. So like I said, looking at our matchups, there's no reason why we cannot win 12 games.
So you're saying the Cowboys we got you on record. Cowboys 12-5.
12-5.
Woo! Oh man, that would be crazy.
Yeah. Because I mean, all right, we're 1-1. Okay, we face the Eagles. Get out of here. We face the Eagles. We got the Carolina Panthers, the Giants, the Patriots, a bye week, the Vikings, the Broncos, and then we get into our tough games with Kansas City Chiefs, back-to-back Raiders, Saints, Washington football team, Giants, Washington again, Arizona, and then the Eagles for the final game. There's no reason why we can't win 12 games.
Okay, and how do you see the division shaking down? Give me your 1 through 4.
So I'm not gonna lie, I placed the Philadelphia Eagles at dead last in our division, just because the Washington football team obviously had a little bit of a they put up a great fight in that wild card match against Tom Brady. So I give Taylor Heineke a little bit of a glimpse of a doubt that he could. I think the Eagles are going to be in first place. Then we got the Washington football team, the Giants, and then the Eagles.
Well, you said the
That's how
Eagles,
I
but
see our division playing out.
in your head, like you said, you
I
had
gotta.
football. You
I
said the
mean,
Eagles
that's what I've been
first place.
saying since the start of the season. So I gotta keep to my word.
You didn't say Cowboys that time. You said the Eagles in first place, and then the Washington, and then the Giants, then the Eagles. So we know what you're really thinking. You know the Philadelphia Eagles is coming in first this year.
So we're gonna cut that out and we're gonna start this over again. So we got the Dallas Cowboys in first. Okay, I just get so excited, Washington in second, Giants in third, Eagles in last.
For one, the Giants and Danny Food Stamps ain't winning nobody this year. Those guys are gonna get swept by both of our teams most likely. So
Right.
I'm not worried about the Giants. The Washington defense, like our B team, handled them in week 17 last week. We had like scout team players out there. So I'm not worried about them against our starters. Like I said, I got the Eagles coming in first at 12-5 record. So we both got that for our team. We both think our teams could be 12-5. I got the Cowboys coming in second. You know what I'm saying? Coming in second, because you guys are definitely better than the Giants and Washington, and then Washington, and then the Giants. That's how I see the division shaping out this year.
Right. And just to answer that comment, my sister went to FSU, so huge Jameis Winston fans in the household. So when Jameis got drafted to Tampa, that kind of started turning my interest and I lived in Orlando for 20 years. So the Tampa games were the only games that were kind of not that far of a drive. I wasn't going to Miami to go see a Dolphins game when they were, pretty terrible as well. So yeah, so that's just how it goes. You can be a fan of two teams.
What up, where you hide? He said, y'all gonna get booted out of y'all house. Yep, they gonna have to find a new location because the Birds about to be in there. We're gonna take over.
Psych.
What up, Billy Mike? Is he in here? I didn't see him. Said winning 12 game, barely won last week.
I love it when people give it the barely ones. You barely won. Well, at the end of the season, when you're looking at your record, you're not talking about, oh, I barely won this game, so we're not counting this. I barely won that game. No, that's not how it works. A win is a win. This is the NFL. We're all adults here. Tampa barely beat them in week 1. So if you really want to go there, like that kind of doesn't make any sense. A win is a win.
Hey, sorry with y'all mods. I had to take off all my mods. We had some stuff going on in there, but I'm gonna start giving them back out. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it, Richie. I know you're gonna get your mod back. I'm gonna give some of you guys back your mods. It's just I had some things going on in my chat that I couldn't let happen. There, people's comments were getting deleted and stuff like that. And as long as they're different teams fan, I don't care if they're rooting for their team, as long as it's not being disrespectful or anything like that. Personal type stuff. Then it's all good. So I'm gonna be giving out wrenches again on my channel. Don't worry about that. She speaks that foreign cowboy language, right? That's what she's kind of delusional here, but I love it because she's here with us. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
It's not delusional. It's being passionate. There's a difference. I mean,
I know, but I'm passionate.
At the beginning of the season, everybody talks big game. They want to put the positivity in the air so their teams will follow through. I mean, how crazy would I look if I'm sitting there just dogging on my team, saying that they don't have any opportunities to win, and then they start winning games, and then all of a sudden I start clapping, and then people are wait, you doubted them the whole time. I'm not that type of fan. I'm gonna talk them up and hope that they follow through. Just fingers crossed.
Yeah, my boy Castro. He said he's been to the Bucks games. They always say "Go Birds." Hey, but
yeah, those games at Raymond James are pretty crazy. There's that Super Bowl win definitely brought a different perspective to these fans because it's like every game is a Super Bowl to them. The energy is electric. So if you ever get the opportunity to go to a Tampa Bay Bucks game here at the Raymond James, I would definitely jump on that opportunity because it's a lot of fun.
Have you seen a lot of Eagles fans there?
No, I don't see many Eagles jerseys at all. But I don't see a lot of Dallas jerseys in Tampa either. I mean, Tampa is a huge Bucks. They're all incorporated in everything Bucks here. So You
Well,
don't
that
see a
game
lot
that
of teams from outside areas.
that game you went to, the Cowboys Bucks, was there a lot of Cowboys
Oh,
fans?
we were deep.
Yeah.
We were very deep, let me tell you. And in LA too. I don't know if you saw when Justin Herbert threw an interception, the crowd was going insane and they were like, "Wait a minute. The Chargers are playing at home, aren't they?" Like, "Wait, head scratcher," you know? So, I mean, we come in deep everywhere, every game, every major city. There's always a lot of Cowboys fans. And I know that there's a lot of Dallas fans in California as well.
Oh yeah, they're definitely. I'm from California, man. Being an Eagles fan was a little rough. There's a lot of Cowboys fans, there's a lot of Niner fans, Charger fans, and Raider fans there. So yeah, I was there, and everybody was hating on me all the years the Eagles won winning those Super Bowls. I was like, we have five straight NFC championships at that time, and then it sucked that I moved out here when we finally won the Super Bowl. Because I would love to be in Cali, telling all you guys, I told you we're gonna do it. I told you we got it down now. So hey, like I said, we're the last champs in the division. I feel good about it, and I'm not gonna change my opinion about it until another person in the division wins the championship. So until the Cowboys win the championship, they're gonna stay my paper champs until they do it again.
So what is the standings in our NFC East as of right now? I believe the Cowboys are no, is it Washington's in first, Eagles, Dallas, and then Giants. So we're all 1-1 with Washington, Eagles, and Cowboys. The Giants are the only team that haven't got a win yet, which was sad because that matchup between Washington, like, really, they had to call offsides, and the kicker got the opportunity to kick again. Like, that's just really bad luck for the Giants.
Garbage. Those guys, the Giants are garbage though. What I'm saying? I don't think either one of our teams should be worried about the Giants this year. It's just straight out. Danny Food Stamps is their quarterback.
Danny Food Stamps.
Yeah, that's what I call him on this show. Danny Food Stamps ain't beating nobody in the NFL. You seen those horrible throws he did, or he was throwing behind receivers and all that. Only thing he does do good, I will say, I give him props on running the ball. Whenever he does run the ball, he takes off. What I'm saying? He can get a lot of rushing yards, and you wouldn't expect that from him as a quarterback. But that's one area I will say that defensive teams have to watch out for is Danny Food Stamps running that ball. But throwing the ball, not at all. Not worried about him throwing the ball at all, one bit. That Tampa Bay fans are fair weather, no offense. Tampa fans are actually Tampa fans. I know a couple diehards, and they always say it. Yeah. He said, "What up, Philly Mike? How you doing, my guy?" He said,
"Go Birds."
Birds, my guy. And then the Cowboys got the same luck. The fake sack from Parson. Yeah, exactly. The Cowboys did get the same luck in that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this game's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ready to do our score predictions here. I'm interested to hear what's your score prediction. Do you think it's going to be a close game? Do you think it's going to be a blowout? What do you think?
I think it's going to be a tough defensive battle in the first half. I think both teams are going to struggle in the red zone, and I think it's going to be close. It's probably going to be 14-14 at the half. I'm expecting CeeDee Lamb to have a field day in the third and score a touchdown to give him the lead, 21-14. I anticipate it being a comeback season for the Philadelphia Eagles in the fourth to get ahead 21-21 in the fourth, and then I see it coming down to another field goal kick because that's just been the recipe for the first 2 weeks. And I have Greg the Leg putting it through the uprights to bring us to 2-1.
2-1. He said 24-21.
24-21.
Oh, that's respect, man. That's a respect.
Yeah, you just heard me give a play-by-play too. I said, hey, you guys had comeback.
Play-by-play. I liked it, but I think it would be a little bit better if he said it the other way around. The Eagles winning 24-21. But that was a good play-by-play.
Who's scoring first? Dallas or the Philadelphia Eagles?
I'm gonna say the Eagles. And it's not just being Homer. It's just I think the Eagles will score first because, like I said, our coach has something to prove. Like he realized that this is the
Nick
big
Sirianni.
Yeah, Nick Sirianni realized this is a big game for him. If he blows this one, he's gonna have the whole city coming after him. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get ran out of town early, Nick. You know what I'm saying? We can accept you losing that 49er game. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Close. But that way our offense played in that game was horrible. You know what I'm saying? The play coaches in that game was horrible. But I think Nick comes out, he shows up and shows out, and he does some great things on offense. So I see the Eagles scoring first in that game. But my final score, right? And like you said before, once you say it out there and put it on the net, you got to stick with it. So I got to stick with what I said, the final score. I think the Eagles come in hard. We get that pressure on Dak this week. And I'm going to have to say our final score is going to be 31-10
You
Eagles.
said 31-10?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
31-10 Eagles. Just for one reason. It's not even no disrespect to the Cowboys.
That's a
It's just,
nightmare. What are you talking
it's
about? No
just
disrespect.
it's just the whole point that if we stop Dak and we do our part and do our scoring that we knew, I think the secondary is definitely beatable. And our running game, you guys have been giving up a lot of rushing yards too. So if we get hot on offense, like I think Nick's going to bring the fire this week, then we can put up a lot of points against you guys. Now, I know Dak can put up a lot of points too, but our thing is if we got enough good players on defense to put that pressure on them. And I think we actually do that this week. You know what I'm saying? But I do have us splitting with you guys. So that'll be a
Yeah.
good note for you guys. I think we win this game in Jerry's World. And then week 17, since we're going to be going to the playoffs, we won't need to start our starters week 17. So you got to definitely get that game in week 17 to split the series. So I'm a fair guy. You know, I think both, you guys get a win against us, but it won't be this week. It won't
Yeah,
be this week.
I think Jalen Hurts kind of struggled against 49ers defense. And I mean, they only put 11 points up. So to say that they're going to score 30, that might be a
What up,
stretch.
Mark? No, but what we scored first, we scored 32 points in week
32 in week one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like 31. It's like, yeah, it's not that unlikely that he can do it. Like I said, and Jalen Hurts last week, that was more play calling than Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Then we had two good plays where that should have been touchdown, would have put up some more points. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's in the past. We lost. I'm not going to keep bringing that up. But at the same time, I think that we can be a consistent 30-point team once, the coaches that. Like a lot of the plays we called last game was horrible. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like we had some horrible play calling when we should have been passing. We were running the ball. Then we just kept passing the ball. When we didn't take advantage of the RPO. Every time we did an RPO, Jalen Hurts or Miles Sanders had big yards on there, and they should have continued that. You know what I'm saying, to get that touchdown. Like when we had that 91-yard pass, and then we get to the red zone. We called the Philly special. Hello, you're not even the coach that made the play up. It didn't look the same. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a horrible call. We didn't have the same players in, none of that stuff, and it just looked horrible.
Mm,
And Ward should have ran it in, but he tried to throw the ball anyway, which was just garbage. Like you can't do that
yeah.
if you're gonna be a lead head coach in this league. You got to be able to put the points on once you get to the red zone. At least if you were to run the ball 4 times, you know what I'm saying, and we
Mhm.
don't get in, that's respectable. The defense did their job and stopped us. But when you're doing these trick plays and stuff like that, that aren't even ran right, come on. Like that's not a good coaching call, and I definitely think he's messed up there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the beginning of the season. He's still trying to fill the waters out, trying to kind of get an offensive scheme going. So he's kind of, I think right now he's more like trying to test his players to see what their strengths are and see what they're good at, so they can be more creative throughout the season. So I think they'll figure it out. There were some questionable play calling on both sides. So I think we're only going into week 3, so let's see what happens.
All right. Well, hey, before I let you go, because I know you got to get out of here, right? Before I let you go, give me some insight, because we do got the Bucks 2 weeks. Either I can bring you back on in 2 weeks, or we can do both. But give me some insights of what you think about the Bucks team this year.
Ah, gosh, they are just on fire. They are locked in. They have a whole season under their belt, bring back all 22 starters after the Super Bowl winning season, and it's been great covering them and going to their practices, and they're getting used to playing in this heat, and that always causes a huge issue with other players from coming all over United States to play them here. We saw that happen with the Atlanta Falcons. They were winded out by the end of the third quarter. So it's just stay locked in, because I'll be bringing you Bucks content left and right. I have practices Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they're going to be on the road this weekend. I'm actually considering applying for a credential for the Patriots matchup in week 4. So
Ooh.
I'm considering that. I'm going to have to find my way up there and stay and everything, but I'm going to see if I can pull it off because I've always
So
been a
it's like
fan of the Boston area.
so that's the thing, you have to do game by game as opposed to, or team by team. Because you're saying applying for your credential. 'Cause don't you have that already with the Bucks?
So it's a week by week basis. You got to apply for every week because they have different. COVID made things really difficult for some of these franchises when it comes to organizing game days and how everything lines up and how many people are going to be in the press box and whether or not there's going to be spaces in between and such and such. So yeah.
Well, good luck to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to subscribe and make sure I keep up on the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? That is we got them 2 weeks after the Cowboys. So we definitely got to keep our connection going there to maybe get you back on the Bucks week 2 and you can talk some Bucks. Maybe throwing the Bucks
Absolutely.
out there and we can talk some Bucks there since,
Yeah, I mean, I
the
have
Cowboys will lose by then. So
I have a
you'll
Tampa
probably
Bay
want
Buccaneers jersey as well because since I do a lot of work with them, I affiliate with Smack Apparel, who sends out a lot of Tampa Bay Bucks gear as well as Lightning too. So look out for the wardrobe.
nice. Yeah, because, you won't want to wear that jersey again after we beat you guys Monday. So 2 weeks from now, you probably want to put that one in the back and then,
Not a chance. Not a chance. That's not how this works.
Well, hey, it's been a blast. Thank you for coming on to the show. Shout out to the 25 still in here. Please like and subscribe to both of our channels. She has a new YouTube channel, Bucks Babes, right?
Bucks Babes off of Bucks Report. So give us a follow. We go live every Friday. Me and Christina, the Tampa Sports Bay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun show because we just like to talk a lot of Bucks and everything that happened throughout the week because I'll be at practice all week. So bringing you that inside scoop.
Nice. We're definitely gonna follow. And also, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to BIRDGANG 31. This channel is growing. We're on the road to 1K. We got 175 more, my guys. The mission is almost over to get to that 1K in our first
By
3.
week 5, you'll have your 1,000 watch.
Yeah, hey, hopefully by week 3. we
Let's
grinding out here.
go.
We grinding out here. But hey, we just hit 3,000 watch hours and we are moving fast. So hey, make sure you guys hit that like on the way out. It doesn't cost a thing, but it helps get my contact out to other Eagle fans out there and Cowboy fans out there because they got the Cowboy tags in there. So make sure you subscribe. Also, I got a new All Eagles network I need you guys to subscribe to. All these are links are inside the chat. So just scroll up and subscribe to one of them or all of them. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, but please hit that subscribe button. If you got a gift coming up for anybody's birthday, anniversary, early Christmas present, get yourself a La Terrain watch. La Terrain watches are sponsors of the Bird Game Nation Sports Talk. And please use promo code BirdGame31 for 10% off your purchase. Much love to all you guys. Give them one more last breakdown of all your social media platforms before we get you out of here.
Follow me on Twitter, Ruth the Truth with 3 H's at the end. On Instagram, Sports Truth with Babe Ruth. You'll be seeing a lot of live content from inside the practice facilities. Shout out to Philly Talk Podcast. Appreciate you in the comments. Subscribe to the Sports Talk Florida YouTube page as well. We have a little over 1,400 subscribers on there. And just stay locked in because I'm in charge of the YouTube page now. So I'll be putting a lot of content day by day as practice and the season progresses. So just stay locked in.
Yeah, maybe we can get some clips of that Bucks game. Maybe we can get some clips of that Buck game, some practice clips. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I want to see what Tom's doing out there.
Stay tuned on the Sports Talk Florida YouTube page.
All right. Well, hey, much love to all you guys. Thanks for sticking around today. And like I always say on my show, fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time, this was Bird Game Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Game 31, and we are out. Peace.